Hello everybody, Cone Dodger here, and welcome back to the RaceCraft server, episode number 29. We are starting a new project today that, to be completely honest with, is the strangest build I've ever tried to accomplish because it's too normal. I mentioned it a little bit in the last episode that I wanted to start a village, and a village that has a theme to it. And I built the staircase down to here, and Joe decided to build his own village. Yeah, I came on the other day and I saw these three buildings here and I was like, well, that's interesting. I kind of initially thought that maybe he had realized what I was intending to do and started building his own village. But he did his to a little bit of a different theme. You can see his materials not from the area. So I'm going to let him have this plot. Or, well, not let him have, but this will be just the general community plot area for the upper class village in the future. We already got a nice little path going over to the new area that I've chosen for this challenge project. So, full disclosure, I have tried to record this episode 3 times now. The first time, Florida decided to screw with me, and we got the thunderstorm from hell. That sounded like it was destroying the house, but luckily it did not. The second time, I just started building some stuff, and I didn't quite like the rules I had set for myself. I'll discuss that a little bit later, but basically it was just making it unenjoyable for me. So I decided to change them up a little bit to try and make it more enjoyable for me to build, so that it's more enjoyable for you to watch. So I think that means that it's time to go over the rules for Plebeland. That's right, Plebeland. It's like Cleveland, except you're less likely to get shanked. So here's the rules. Number 1, materials must match natural selection. So this is the one I changed pretty much for the most part. What I was doing before, and what I mentioned last time, was the materials used to build here must be sourced from here. I am going to change that up to just say that they must match the materials we have available. So you see we have oak trees, we have spruce trees, that's all the wood we get to use. We have regular stone, that's all the stone we get to use. We can't use the new types. We have a very limited sand supply. So we'll say glass will be a limited quantity or commodity to use. All the clay has been pillaged, so we have no clay to work with. As far as the area goes, let me show you quickly just what kind of room we have, all the way to the road where Jolo Games will never be. So all the way up to there, and then you can see that pillar back there, and there's one over here as well. Back there, if we need that much space. I'm saving that mountain for something in the future. And then if we head this way, pretty much all the way up to the road that leads into the monument, or the nature preserve area over there. I'll consider all of that to be pretty much up to here would be part of this area. But once again, I don't know if I'll actually need this much space. Let's run down to the rule board once again. Back to the rules. Number 2, for every 2 residential, 1 commercial. That is kind of a SimCity tie-in. I am building a city, and when you build a city, you have to have a certain amount of work for the people that you have there. So every 2 buildings I themed that are residential, I must then build 1 building that is themed in a commercial type of application, hopefully themed towards something the villagers would use as a commercial land, but we might have a little wiggle room there. Number 3, 2 floor max. So this is going to be kind of the lower class area, if you will. This is where the workers live. This is where the people do the main production for the RaceCraft area, if you will. That's kind of the theme I initially set out to make, so that is why that rule is in existence. No big towering builds or anything like that. Number 4, zombie villagers must be buried if killed. I will also be tying in an additional rule once we get there that villagers, if we see a villager get killed, then he will have to be buried as well. and we will be hopefully naming all of those guys, so we will know if they get killed. Number 5, 5 farm plots per villager. So for every villager we do get in this town, he will have to have 5 plots of farmland, of working farmland, for him to survive. So that's kind of for the future, both of these kind of for the future, but in my first attempt of doing this episode, I already killed a zombie villager on accident. So if we look over here, we have the beginnings of a graveyard and a grave. He's dead. So this is kind of a tie-in to a thing Zisto does. If you don't know Zisto, he's a YouTuber that is on Minecraft, where he will bury farm animals or just random things in his series Rules That Matter. So it's kind of a tie-in to that. And I thought it would be neat to have some kind of restriction on killing the mobs, especially since this will be a villager town, and we need to save those zombie villagers so we can convert them. So number 1 was killed. I'm not going to name them. I'm not as creative with my naming as Zisto is. But yeah, this whole series is kind of shaped around that. He does a pretty cool thing where he makes a set of rules, or has commenters make rules on things he can and can't do in a adventure map. So I'm going to kind of use that format for a build in a vanilla world, which is a little different, but should apply just about the same. Alright, so what I've started on here is a little bit of a natural looking cave system, or sorry, a mine system, mine shaft if you will. A similar theme to what you might see in a vanilla spawned in mine shaft, where you have supporting columns, I guess, to support the roof. That is kind of to tie into, hello spooky noise, tie into the realism factor of the build, which is a little bit of what I'm going after. So down here you see we have this big column. Actually, oops, dug all of this out with TNT, or dug it out, exploded it out. So it kind of looks like a natural, not natural, but a man-made mine shaft would look like, because that's how they would typically form them in your lower class situations or old school situations. They would just get some dynamite or TNT, whatever, and start exploding some land until they find what they need. And we found some of what we need, so iron, because I want to work on the graveyard a little bit today. It's a little bit of a dark spot to be starting on this build, but graveyard will be necessary for the future. And I've already got a start on it over there. So there's 8 iron. We are still so low on iron from the beacon. It seems like we've taken almost all of the iron out of this area. Let me sleep off the night real quick. So previously I was unable to use all the materials over here. I've decided to open up that restriction just for the sake of making it not frustrating. It's very frustrating to be trying to build something and then you have to go explode some area with TNT, which is very hard to get and yields very little. So that restriction just didn't quite work out. So now I'm going to grab some of this cobble, get a little bit of it, because I need some more walls. I'm going to take down, I like this theme, I like the walls sticking up like this, but I want to put it a little bit more patterned. So you guys come off of there. And I like the way this kind of grave type of situation came out. Some people I see just kind of put them in the ground as a couple pieces of gravel and then like a piece of cobblestone or something like that. I kind of prefer this raised look to them. I think in the end, well, hello floating wall. Can you not? Am I full? That must be what it is. Let's see, what can we dump? Spider eye, egg. We put on our armor. That'll give us plenty of room. Right, let me grab the stuff. Yeah, like I was saying, some people, especially Zisto, he just puts the gravel in the ground and then a little bit of a tombstone. I like this raised look, and I think it will look cool once we get a bunch of them in here, because, well, hopefully we won't get a bunch in here, but it's probably inevitable that it'll happen. Alright, so this is where the entrance is. I like to have these every other instead of every 3. Let's go like this, make a bunch of these. I really like the cobblestone walls. That was a great addition to the game. It's one of those unexpected things that came in an update that nobody really saw coming, or nobody really even saw a need for it. But it has become one of my favorite items to build with. So let's go every other. That is not what I wanted. So, server goings on. Why can't I place these? I mentioned that we were trying to find some mycelium for the monument, obviously. I'm going to move this one down. That has become quite a challenge. Dux has set it upon himself to find it, and I want to say he has now traveled something like, I don't know, 40 kilometers, maybe even more than that. I know he said he was out 40,000 blocks, but I think that even that was just part of his journey to try and find some mycelium or a mushroom biome. Apparently very, very hard to find in this world. I don't know if that's just the current terrain generation, if it's maybe that they're just more rare now, or we just got unlucky with the seed. But I've done a good bit of exploring. I went out probably 20 or 30,000 blocks, or 20 or 30 kilometers, and found nothing. So let's see, 1, 2. This would be, yes, so this is the right pattern. So there, it's not the right pattern, is it? It is. If I could place them right. Jeez. There we go. Hopefully my iron is done. But yeah, I've gone way out there, and all I found was desert, more desert. And nothing real big ocean-like, which I think is probably why they're so hard to find now, is because they're prevalent in oceans anymore. Let's spread this out. 16. Yeah, see what a high yield that is? Regular fences should be something similar. Alright, so here's some iron bars. Let's see if these will connect. That's what I'm curious about, and they will not. Gross. Not so gross. Actually, what would it look like on top? That might look cool. Get back up from it a little bit. Well, not as cool down up there as they were down here. Like so. Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool. Kind of ominous looking. I don't want it to look like a prison, but definitely a little bit of a dark area, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I like that a lot. Come back to me. There we go. Whoa, how did you get way over there? And all on here. That didn't take as many as I thought. Neat. Oh yeah, I like that. That looks really cool. From some angles, it's a little weird. Like this angle, that one looks a little funny, but like this, very neat. Let me go grab that one. I'd like to put some torches on the top of these, so this cuts down on our mobs spawning around here. Gotta do a lot of pathways and stuff in here as well. I'm gonna do very naturalistic style building style, but not grid pattern is what I mean. Just kind of, well, this looks like a good place for the house, so plop. Which will make for kind of curving and wandering paths, which are what I like. Get this guy out of here. So what kind of area have I left myself? If I have 1, 2, 3 per grave. 1, 2, 3, space, 1, 2, 3, 2 space. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of spacing in between some of these to even it out. We'll figure that out in the future though. Do I have any torches? I do. Oddly 2 separate stacks. Strange. So I'll do them here and here. And should I do one on top of these? Or is that going to be overkill? No, that looks okay. So we've been having it on about updating to the new snapshots because I got this cool new like water dungeon stuff. Come on, come on. But they've all been bad basically. They're okay for starting up a new world, but they make old world freak out. Old worlds freak out. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to lose our world anything. Some of them have even been like erasing worlds. Crazy stuff like that. Torch placement. So unfortunately we don't have the new water stuff. And I say that because I'm excited about new lighting options. They got a new sea lantern, which is kind of a big block, like a glowstone block. But it's got a nice smooth texture, which is very welcome. Did I miss any? I don't think so. So yeah, no snapshots until we get word that one is very stable, and that has not happened yet. That looks cool from a distance. Yeah, I approve, me. Good job, you. Okay, thanks, me. Alright, how about we work on a house? I would like to make this first house kind of buried into a cliff, I think is what the inspiration is telling me to do for this first one. So do I have enough materials? Could use some more wood. Let me go grab some. Alright, so I think this is the spot that I want to put our first house in. I'm going to carve back some of this dirt. So I really want to bury this into the land a little bit and reduce the materials needed for the house. Because that would be a wise thing to do if you were building a house on a budget, or just trying to start out your village or whatnot. You would try and use as much natural terrain as possible. I didn't just turn all of that, did I? I did. That's okay. I still have some inventory. I need to get rid of some of the stuff that I don't need anymore. I got some spruce. I said we could use spruce because we got easy game. I got some spruce trees around. Let's think here. How about these for the corners? Don't need it to be too big. Is that above that? Yeah, so that's only 3 tall. And 3 tall here. And then I'm going to bury it in to the wall. Just like so. Yeah, so now it's going to look like it's built into the land a little bit, not too much. And then we'll put regular planks down. This is the problem when I build. I get very Bob Ross. Building on camera for me is like that. I like to just this is what I'm thinking about in my brain, so it just kind of comes out of my mouth. Alright, and like so. We'll offset the door to the complete side. Don't have any glass on me. That's one thing I forgot. And I want to limit how much I use. That's for sure. Got some more spruce. We'll go across again. And then how about that's gonna let too much of a gap, I think. Alright, so there's our basic shape. Now I'd like to add in some more stone to this. So where is our workbench? Not on the ground. Okay, let's make some more stairs. That should be a good start. See if they'll work at least. And we'll use our natural ladders here. Oh, that was a failure. Yes, just like that. And then all the way up until the edges. So kind of like a pebble stone roof rather than, say, a wood shingle or even a clay roof would look like. It's a little backwards from some design you'll see where the house will be stone, the roof would be wood. But I'm a little bit of a backwards person, so I think I'm okay with it. I like the contrast of these three. Alrighty, so here is the basic design of the roof and whatnot. So just the cobblestone stairs up and around with the wood end caps, and then inside you can see I ran the planks through here. So this is really kind of a design exercise, if you will, because using a very limited palette of blocks, trying to make it look interesting, but not trying to make it look fancy. Let's try and get the front to look a little bit more interesting, though. So maybe put a little bit of an awning. Do I have any stairs? Oh yeah, I got plenty of stairs. Or not stairs, walls. So put those up, but they will not connect. So I'll have to do one of these numbers, which looks okay. And that connects up to here. Kind of showcases that area. It has become nighttime. Let's put some light in there. Shine some light on the subject. Something like that. And I gotta figure out what to do here. I don't want to use another one of these. That's not the point. We backed it up against the land to save materials. So how about... Do I have enough? Yes, I do. How about we do something like this? Perfect. Okay. And we'll leave the dirt. But we need some glass and we need some doors. So I do the doors now. Oh, that's right, it makes 3. I forgot all about that update. Yeah, so 3 doors out of that. Come on, we get this. Can we get fences? Fences, please. So one here, one there. And what to do in the middle? Can't use panes now. I'd have to use full blocks. Or do I want to do something else? Like I could put 2 of these here. Yeah, that's what I'll do. That looks fine. You know, sometimes you just think about something and it doesn't look right until you actually place it. That was one of those cases. I like that quite a bit. Alright, let's get some glass. Go around the graveyard. Alright, got some glass. I got some of my favorite white and just some regular clear. Gonna mix them together, hopefully. It's a little bit strange of a contrast, but it gives it a little bit of a neat look in that maybe some are new, some are old. Maybe it's a little run down. So we got that one. The white, you know, the gray looks okay in that sense too. Like it's not been washed, or it's just an old pane, something like that. I swear I just saw an Enderman. Maybe I'm losing my mind. But yeah, it gives it a bit more of a lived-in look, which is what I'm looking for. All right. The front I'm not so sure about anymore. This here, what else could I do? How about a couple stairs? Oh, my inventory. Flesh, you go bye-bye. Is that gonna look strange? Or does it even do anything for us? Doesn't really do anything for us. Not on the outside. It makes the inside look more interesting, but that's not gonna help us. So what if we did this? Turn them in. Like this, and then like... how can I do this? Like this. Can I manage? Yep, like that. And then I'm like, no, not like that. And like that. No. This must be possible. Bam, there we go. And then, can we? No, this won't connect, will it? Nope, it doesn't connect. There's silk touch. Save the glass. What could we put there? Something behind here to kind of highlight things. Ooh, there's an idea. Yep. I like it. I don't have any cobblestone. Go down to the mine shaft real quick and grab some. So we'll just go in here, find a good spot that's got some support. We don't need that block. We'll go down here. This is kind of the main mining area. It's got enough support in it to really handle having blocks taken out. What is that? 18. I need a little bit more than that for what I have in mind. Alright, hopefully this is enough. Yep, perfect. Well, one extra. Alright, so we'll do this. Oop, easy, 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 easy. Oh yeah, that's a cool design. And it's functional. Now they have a little furnace set up in here. Now I just need to do something with the floor. Let's get rid of this grass. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to talk about, because oops, here goes the doors. This is my time to do that kind of stuff, because most everything else I'm doing, I'm too busy talking gameplay or stuff like that. Well, I've been doing a lot of work on trying to set up a Twitch channel, getting all of that stuff. I am actually set up with OBS and have everything I need to be able to stream. However, I have everything I need besides the guts to do it. I just, I don't know. It makes me a little nervous. I'm really excited about trying to do it, streaming that is, but I don't know. I like the buffer of YouTube because I can go in and edit and fix anything that messed up. If I messed up with my words or whatnot. But on the flip side, that's kind of the fun of streaming, is that you get to see people and just kind of their natural, casual kind of talking attitude. You don't necessarily have to fill the commentary the whole time. I don't know. We'll see. It would probably be racing stuff to begin with, but I'd like to do some bingo and stuff like that, practice in that. I've been practicing on trying to do maybe some hardcore bingo runs. So there's the possibility of that happening, and I will keep you up to date. If I ever do cross into the Twitch world, I will release a video on YouTube to let you know to check it out, if you so desire. Other than that, I guess there hasn't really been too much else going on. And I think I've run pretty long in this episode. And we got one whole house done, but it looks good. I like it. It's got a unique style to it, which is what I want. I don't want it to look like every other Minecraft village. Trying to use some of my good old BOO tips from back in his early building with BOO episodes on when he was working on small villages like this. So hopefully I can follow suit. I will do one more residential structure off camera, so next time we can work on a commercial building. But until then, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.